Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the first step in setting an appointment for solar sales, and specifically door to door, and that is breaking preoccupation. And if you didn't watch the last video where I broke down and explained kind of the brief overview of these 6 steps on how to set an appointment, go watch that first so you can kind of see the full picture, and then watch this. I found it's helpful to understand why we do things and then jump into the how-to. So in this video, I'm going to explain breaking preoccupation. I'm going to give 3 ways that you could accomplish this. There's probably a dozen others, but I'm going to go through the 3 that I tend to use and a lot of the veterans in the solar industry use quite often. So breaking preoccupation. First way is a question. And before I jump into that, sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. You have to think about what this means. So if you're new to sales, breaking preoccupation simply means when you're knocking on someone's door, they're doing whatever they're doing inside, right? It could be watching Netflix. It could be watching a show. It could be taking care of kids. It could be doing some other things. It could be literally anything except for, like, I've never run into to a house where I knock on the door and they were literally like researching solar. So solar's not even on their mind. And typically the reaction when I knock on a door, because I go through this, someone knocks on my door, I'm thinking, who's interrupting? I'm watching football, I'm watching basketball. Who's interrupting me? And how can I get rid of them? So your goal with breaking preoccupation is taking them out of their world and into yours. And so you do this, one of 3 ways, or you can actually stack all 3 if you want. Try it out, test it, and see what you like. So first things first, the one I use most often is I ask a question. And so this is how mine starts. So I knock on the door. Hello, what can I do for you? Hey, how's it going, man? I'll be real quick. You're the homeowner here? Okay, cool. I'll be real quick. I actually have to run to an appointment, so I can't stay long. Do you happen to know, come here real quick, do you happen to know the Johnsons? They're like 5 houses down. They have like the big red truck. They have a couple kids and the German Shepherd. Do you know them by chance? Okay, no? Oh yeah, most people don't talk to their neighbors. Anyways, and then I roll into my next space. So what did I do there? I asked them a question. I don't recommend using a fake person. I always look for either an install in the area, someone I've worked with in the past, but I'm going and I'm pointing at the house. I want them to come out, right? And if they actually come out, what does that do? That also pulls them out of their world, literally, and into yours. And so now they're not thinking about the show they were just watching. They're thinking about the Johnsons. Do I know the Johnsons? The red truck, the German Shepherd, do I know them? Now they're in your world and you can transition to the next phase. Okay, second thing you could do is you could make a statement completely left field or out of the blue. And the reason this works is because if you think about the traditional door-to-door sales rep, and maybe it's changing because they figured out this doesn't work, but the typical sales rep knocks on a door and what do they say? They say, "Hi, sir. I'm just Jimmy with XYZ company, and what we're doing today is X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah." That just like turns people off completely, and they know for a fact that you're selling something. It's not natural. It's like, okay, you're obviously selling, like, how can I get rid of you? That doesn't work. So you have to catch them out of left field. So instead it could be something like this. Knock, knock, knock. Let's say I walk up and I see where I'm from originally is Texas, and I'm in Colorado. So if I see a Texas license plate, without fail, I'm going to that house and I'm mentioning Texas. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, what can I do for you? Hey, man, sorry, I'll be real quick. I actually have to run to an appointment down the street, but I couldn't help but notice, you guys from Texas? I saw your license plate. What part are you guys from? I'm from Dallas. It's like, oh yeah, we're from San Antonio. Cool. Well, now I'm going to talk about Texas. I'm going to go on this brief tangent, maybe 5-10 seconds, and usually what they'll say is like, so what are you up to? And then I'm going to roll into, oh yeah. And then I can go into telling my story about the Johnsons. I can go into my next phases from there. You could also, if you don't have like something you can pick up on, like a sports team or a state, some sort of common ground. You could just go left field, like if you're riding a Segway and you have it parked there, you could be like, hey, do you like my ride? That's from Sam Taggart. Do you like my ride? Or you could be like, hey, do you like my shorts? If you're wearing, short shorts, you like my kicks? Or hey, I like your kicks? Or hey, nice beard, man. How'd you grow it? I wish I could grow one. Like, there's so many things you could do, but saying a statement that's out of the blue kind of will grab their attention and then transition from there. The third way is with your appearance. So if you think about the typical sales rep, the door-to-door sales rep, what do they wear? They wear a polo with a logo, a badge, a hat, everything that says like sales, 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 sales. Like, they're clearly a sales rep. And so what I typically go out as is I just want to look, it makes me comfortable, right? Wearing normal clothes. But I also just want to come across, like, why not come across as just a normal dude, right? And so you'll notice that I wear a lot of black t-shirts. That's because I have 6 of the same t-shirt and I wear them to the gym. I wear them most days and I rarely wear anything different. Black is the way to go, but it also just makes me, look like them, right? Usually people open the door, they're not wearing all, fancy button up and everything. They're usually just wearing a t-shirt, right? And so you could go that route where you're a little bit more casual. And of course I get the, like, what company are you with? And I just say, oh yeah, sorry, I dirty laundry, or I don't like wearing the polos. I'm with X, Y, and Z company, if that's an objection. And then what some reps will do is they'll go like the opposite of casual, and they'll wear like a button-up collared shirt with like flamingos on it. So it's like completely left field, totally throws someone off. They're like, what is this dude doing at my door? But it works, right? And people have sold, a lot of solar wearing basically anything, right? As long as you have clothes, I would recommend that. So those 3 things. So ask a question, make a statement out of left field, or with your appearance, break their preoccupation. Now you have their attention. It's time to move on to the next phase, which is tell a story. So next video, I'm going to talk about that. Go ahead and click that video, and then we'll continue from there.